Lagonda's history is actually longer than that of Aston Martin. It was founded in England in 1907 by Wilbur Gunn, an Ohioan engineer who had crossed the Atlantic to pursue his dream of becoming a professional opera singer. When he failed in that, he turned to making motorcycles and then cars, naming his company after a Shawnee settlement near his native Springfield. Gunn died in 1920. But Lagonda continued and, by the late 1930s, was producing some of the most exclusive automobiles in the world. The 1938 Lagonda V12's pioneering engine was designed by none other than W. O. Bentley, and it was the most expensive car on display at the 1939 New York Auto Show. Lagondas were produced alongside Aston Martins after the two companies merged. But numbers dwindled, and by the 1970s the famous name had been demoted from brand to single model. The spectacularly angular and notoriously unreliable Aston Martin Lagonda sedan. Yet Aston has long wanted to make something of its second top-flight name patch. A Lagonda SUV concept was shown at the Geneva Auto Show in 2009 but didn't go anywhere. More recently, Aston produced a limited-run Lagonda Tariff sedan based on a stretched version of the Rapide. If all goes according to plan, that car will be remembered as the final internal combustion Lagonda. Aston Martin CEO Andy Palmer says that development of the new Lagonda started in 2015. The decision to make every Lagonda an EV came about a year later. In Palmer's former role as Nissan's head of product development, he was the guiding light behind the original Leaf. We considered other powertrains, Palmer said. When we spoke to him at Aston's Gaydon HQ ahead of the official unveiling. But we decided it made the most sense to jump straight to the logical end point. Lagonda equals EV, EV equals silent travel, and silence equals luxury. Production Lagondas will use the same electric powertrain that will sit under the EV version of the upcoming Aston Martin DBX crossover. Although the Lagonda will be the first to market, with both cars being built at Aston's new factory in Wales. The company is making no technical claims for the vision concept, but we're told that the plan is to combine a motor at each corner along with a battery pack mounted under the floor. Aston has previously shown us a prototype version of the upcoming all-electric Rapide, which it has said will have a top speed of 155 miles per hour and acceleration equivalent to that delivered by the company's V12 gasoline engine. It's a safe bet the Lagonda sedan and the Lagonda SUV that Palmer confirms will follow it into the market will at least match those numbers. The design is striking, to put it mildly. The decision to use an electric architecture has allowed for a radical, cab-forward stance. As such, it's a deliberate snub to the stately three-box proportions of horsepower/people/luggage that have characterized luxury sedans pretty much since rich people started to order their carriages sans horses. While upmarket electric cars such as the Tesla Model S and the newly announced Jaguar I-Pace have tended to opt for traditional form languages, the Lagonda's designers have set out to celebrate its lack of internal combustion. Why go through the steps rather than just jump to the conclusion? Asked lead exterior stylist Sam Holgate, who showed us around the car, echoing Palmer's point about the powertrain. The Vision's proportions maximize cabin space, with the leading edge of the windshield pushed ahead of the front axle line. The concept wears a grille at the front. Its production descendants will still require cooling. With a sizable Lagonda script, the wedge-like side profile is broken up by various triangular details, several of which Holgate said were inspired by the supersonic Concorde aircraft. These do a good job of reducing attention to the enormous size of the rear doors, which are hinged at the rear. There are no B-pillars, making for an uninterrupted aperture with all the doors open. Access to the back is aided by powered flaps in the glass roof that motor upward in conjunction with the door opening. The aggressively tucked under rear cargo hold looks short of luggage space. But the concept does have a trunklet,